Hey Loc Babes, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I am your loctician bestie, wife, and mama. On my channel, we dive into all things locks, beauty, and lifestyle, sprinkled in with some tips, lots of laughs, and a lot of lock love. So whether you're here to learn or just for the vibes, you're definitely in the right place. So stay tuned. Hey Loc Babes, welcome back to my channel. So I got great reviews regarding my last 30-day lock care series. I thank you everyone for your engagement, for your reviews, and for your feedback regarding the series. So I decided to do another little mini series. It won't be for 30 days. This is going to be a 4 or 5 part series all about unpopular opinions about locks. Okay, so this is something that you definitely don't want to miss, and let's just jump right into it. Okay, so today's unpopular opinion about locks will be about debunking the biggest myths about locks. I know you've probably heard some of these before, but I'm gonna tell you the real, all right? So sit back, get your snacks, and get ready for some tea. Okay, the first unpopular opinion about locks is that locks are for everyone. Locks are for everyone, every age, every creed. Everyone should just get locks because they are the best thing ever and they will do so well with everyone in the whole world. As a loctician, I can tell you that is the worst myth ever, okay? Yes, locks are freeing. They embrace our culture. I love my locks. Locks are locks, okay? If you're watching my video, you have a love for locks, whether you have locks or not. But locks are not for everyone. Locks require patience. Locks require your budget to be on par, or locks require for you to be able to either have the finances to get your hair done or to have sweat equity to take the time to learn your hair. Okay, locks are a journey. Locks aren't just something that you can just put in your hair and think you're gonna have locks overnight. So if you are someone with little patience, if you are someone who do not like to get your hands dirty, who's not interested in finding out anything about your hair, if you are someone who's not curious about what your hair looks like in a raw form, if you are someone who's on a tight budget, if you are someone who just feels like I want to wake up and do nothing to my hair, locks are not for you. So again, locks are not for everyone. All right, so now let's get into the next myth. You have to stay on your retwisting and retightening schedule. It needs to be tight. It needs to be every 4 weeks for the rest of the duration of your locks. That is not true. Yes, when you begin your locks, you do want to lean more towards a schedule so your locks can understand what's happening. You want your hair to actually understand that it's staying locked together. However, after you pass the teenage stage, you do not, I repeat, you do not have to submit to any one schedule. If you like how your locks look, whether when you're going through like a stage where it's not retwisted and you like when they're puffy, you don't like to see your grid all the time, or you like them to look a little bit more fluffy and frizzy than usual, you can keep your locks like that. The only thing that I will mention, again, as a loctician, that you allow your locks to grow out at a healthy rate, okay? I'm not saying to get your hair retwisted once a year, because that can also cause thinning and breakage. But getting your hair retwisted every 2 weeks can also cause thinning and breakage. So trust your loctician that you're working with, or if it's yourself, use your discretion and really know and learn your hair to see what is an appropriate length of time. But you do not need to be in year 2, 3, 4, getting your locks retwisted or retightening every 4 weeks. That's just not true. And if you have someone that's telling you you need to come back every 4 weeks, just know that you are a number instead of a personal client to them, okay? They just want you to come every 4 weeks so they can have your check every 4 weeks. That has nothing to do with your hair. That's all about payment. So if you run into anyone like that, you should run away from that person. Something else I hear all the time is that instant locks are cheating. Instant locks are cheating. Okay, I get it. Some people want to start with braids, they want to start with 2-strand twists, they want to start with coils, and they actually want to see their hair turn into a lock. While other people want to start with interlocks like I have, or they want to start with instant locks. Okay, whatever form of locks, However you started your locks, you are not cheating. Okay, I know people even say extensions are cheating. I'll leave that for another video, but we're going to just talk about how your locks are formed. However you start your locks, you are not cheating. Instant locks are not cheating. Yes, when they finish their appointment, their hair is instantly locked, so they don't have to worry about slippage. They don't have to worry about really watching it form or change from a braid or a twist into a lock, because it will already be a cylinder looking lock, but they still have a lock journey as well. So just because you get instant locks today doesn't mean that your locks are mature tomorrow. Their locks still have to go through the mature phase, just like everyone else's, okay? So let's stop like passing judgment on each other. We're all in one lock community, and we're supposed to be loving and embracing everyone's lock journey, whether they started with 2-strand twists or instant locks, okay? It's not cheating. That's just how their preferred method of starting their locks, and that's okay. It's their head. It's not paying you no never mind. And just let them enjoy their lock journey, okay? All right, so just like the last one, this is something that I also hear, that if you don't start with freeform locks, you do not have authentic locks. Okay, so manicured locks are still authentic locks. It doesn't matter if you have a grid. It doesn't matter if you have diamond parts, heart parts, triangle, square, rectangle. It doesn't matter if you have freeform parts, if you have no parts. There's no authentic parting system or way to start your locks that makes one more authentic than the other. Okay, we don't have to freeform our hair. That is not the only authentic locks. Everybody's locks are authentic. If you are starting from your natural hair and you're locking, they are authentic, period. Doesn't matter how you started your locks. If you started your locks by an accident, but you started with your natural hair, they are authentic locks. So just because we all don't walk around with wicks, or we go to get our hair manicured and maintenance every 2 to 3 months, that's okay. Everybody's locks are authentic as long as you started with your natural hair. So let's stop shaming each other. Like, again, this is supposed to be a lock community where we're loving and embracing one another. We all have different journeys. We're all unique in our own way, but we all share the similarity of going through this lock journey together. So let's spread more love and stop beating each other in the head with passing judgment about how your locks were started and if they're authentic or not. That's actually another form of self-hatred. Okay, so we want to love one another, we want to love ourselves, and we want to lift up our brothers and sisters in this lock journey with us, okay? Embrace your locks, embrace your look, and, you know, just rock it. Thank you so much for watching the first installment of my Unpopular Opinions About Loc series. Definitely stay tuned for the next one, because we are going to be discussing the most overhyped lock products here on the market. So don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. What are some unpopular opinions that you heard? Please leave it down in the comment box below so we can discuss. All right, until next time.